I have been seeing this meme everywhere and I wanted to discuss it with you guys. Let's talk about it. Yes, let's talk about it from a personal experience. The clients who negotiate your rate down, the cheap clients, the clients who will come to you and say, this is my very last dollar. I don't have any money left to my name, so I'm giving this to you, would always be the most problematic clients you'll always have. But more importantly, there is something, I don't know if it's bad juju, but there's something sinister about it, because they can literally ruin your life. They can ruin everything you spent your life building your business like that. And let me tell you why. One, because they're operating from a place of lack, right? Number one, time is money, money is time. If someone is coming into your brand, into your business, negotiating your money already, your rates, they're going to waste the heck out of your time. I don't know how to explain this. When I was working as a full-time influencer, the brands who would show up and just like, yeah, here's the check. Like, do not negotiate my rates. They would never ask for a meeting to discuss the campaign, to discuss the brief. They're just like, yeah, read the brief. We trust you to read it and execute properly. And that's it. Here's $10,000. The brands who show up and like, we don't really have any money right now. We're just a small business. This is our very last dollar and we're trusting you to convert for us. They will monopolize your time. They will ask for meetings after meetings after meetings until you're frustrated. They want to discuss every single part of the brief, every single part of the campaign, because they don't respect your time. Time is money, money is time. If they're cheap with their money to give to you, they're going to waste your... Actually, recently, a lady hired me to help her write a business plan for... She has a cannabis company. And so she hired me to do a business plan for her. And I normally charge a lot. However, the scope of what she was presenting to me didn't seem like a lot. And she just had a very charming personality. We met up in person and she was so charming. And I was like, you know what? Yes, she's like, I don't really have much. I don't have much money. Like, this is all I have. I was like, you know what? I can help you. I started writing the business plan. She would text me at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. She didn't care what time it was. She would just text me like, hey girl, I thought about something else. And then halfway through, I had like 10 sleepless nights writing this business plan for like measly amounts of money. Halfway through writing it, she texted me this paragraph saying like, this is my very last dollar. If this business fails, I'm just going to my life. Like, it has to work. And I was like, excuse me, this is a lot of pressure. I blocked her. I had to block her, and I didn't even ask for my check for what I've done thus far, because I was like, this lady will literally end her life if this doesn't work out for her, this business plan that I'm writing. And if you know anything about investors, when it comes to brands, like, it's a business plan we're trying to present to investors. Do you know how many investors you have to meet with before and present your business plan to before one of them says, yeah, I'll write a check? Thousands. And you wanted me to write this business plan in the next couple weeks. It must work out for you or else you're going to end your life. What? I had to block her. They will monopolize your time. They will text you, email you incessantly if they are negotiating your rate. I don't know what it is. The cheaper the client, the worse your life is going to be while your mentorship program, which was my baby. I built it from nothing, and it got close to ruining my life, because the 2 people out of the 40 students I had, the 2 people who are like, this is a scam, put the camera in front of their face and try to take me down, which never happened because I'm God's favorite. He will always save me. I asked my mentor, what did I go wrong? Because I'm so passionate about helping these kids who look like me. I want them to be successful so bad. And she goes, could you trace back to the first interview, the orientation you did with them? What was the conversation like? And I was discussing the conversation with him. And both of the conversation was like, can I have a payment plan? This is the very last dollar I have to my name. I don't have anything else. If this doesn't work, it's gonna ruin my life. I need this to work so bad. Yet they show up to class. This is the last dollar I have to my name. Oh, you have to help me. There you go. You never work with someone's last dollar, ever. First of all, it's just bad luck. Second of all, that energy will permeate through every interaction you have with them. You don't work with someone's last dollar, ever. Ever. If they bring a sub story to you, don't do it. Here's what you can do as an alternative. If someone shows up into your business and says, I don't have any money. Oh my God, I need this so bad, but I don't have any money. Just do it for free. Just do it for free. Because what can someone say if you give them free service? Just think of it as charity work and write it off in your tax return. Just do it for free. But don't take someone's last. If they say to you, like, this is my last dollar and I'm handing it to you, you will regret it. You will regret taking that money with everything you have, because they're operating from a place of lack, and that lack would destroy you. I've learned in business and freelancing, the cheaper the client, the more terrible it will go. I don't know why. They just have no humility. Like, you will think because you're paying someone payment plan, or you're cheap, or you don't have the money, you will show up with humility. They are the most pompous, arrogant you will deal with. They want everything. They will milk you dry of everything in you. But the people who show up and just pay your rate and like, here, send money, sent, thanks, handle it, they trust you that whatever service you're in. Even with the mentees, one of them just went to Coachella using my pass, and I'm so proud of her, because she was just so kind through the whole process, that I go on her page every day and I check. I just checked. That was almost 2 years ago, and I checked to see how she's doing, and she's killing it. She's doing so well, because I said, here's my rent, and she just paid it, and she trusted me to like take her career to the next. I really believe that when you set your standard, you set your rate in life, the universe will always meet you there. God will always meet you exactly where you set it. If you choose at any point to bring that down, he will punish you severely for it, because he's like, well, if you don't love yourself, why should I care? You have to set your rate. You have to set your standard. And you have to have the self-assurance that even if you just take on 2 clients or 3 clients, those 3 clients will love you so much. They will have the word of mouth to go out there and tell the world that your brand or your business is amazing. When you take someone's last dollar and you work with someone who doesn't have money, and it sounds terrible, but when you work with someone who doesn't have money, the chances of them telling the world that your business is a scam is very high, because if it doesn't work in their favor, they're just going to think it's a scam because, well, it didn't work out. And sometimes in life, things just don't work out, And so I know it's terrible to say this, but I've always said this to you guys. When I first met my mentor, he will always say, I don't allow poor people around me. And I remember how that used to irk me, because I was poor. But in the last 3 years, it has been the biggest lesson of my life. The biggest. I'll give you one last example before I get off the phone. I hired an assistant recently. And I hired her. She told me in the first week that she was living in a homeless shelter. And I said, oh, I live in a homeless shelter. I don't care. She was beautiful. Oh, I was like, well, you can be anything. You can be a model. You can do this. Like, use me as a way to get to your next level in life. I took her to Saks Fifth Avenue because I was shopping for my parents. And she was just like uncomfortable the whole time. She's like this as I was shopping. 3 days later, this girl was only working for 2 weeks, but she was with me for less than 10 days. 3 days later, she asked me, she sent me a text on a Sunday. Hey, can I have $500? I was like, excuse me, is it sent to the wrong person? She's like, I know you have it. Like, we went shopping together. You were just shopping the whole time. I know you have it. My mom is really sick in her country. She's really sick and it's a war zone. And life is so hard. Can I just have a little money? And I had to fire her because I was like, we just met. Why would you feel comfortable asking me this? And from now on, you're going to be pocket watching. If I buy anything nice, you're going to like have a bad day the whole day. And I can't have that around me. Again, just set your standard, set your rate, set your life to a certain place, and the universe will meet you there. It's the same way if you date an ugly guy. You're like, oh, he's going to treat me better because he's ugly. No! That's God trying to teach you a lesson. Set your standard, the universe will meet you there. It is the greatest business lesson I've had to learn the hardest way, too. I'm usually a fast learner, and I can pick up on things rather quickly. But this idea of like people coming to you with a sub story and you can save them is the hardest lesson I've had to learn. And it almost destroyed my life. It destroyed my business because I was being empathetic. And there's no friendship in business. You cannot offer empathy in business. You set your rate, you close your eyes, and you hope they pay it. And if they don't pay it, you move on. That's it. I believe in you, and I pray you always believe in yourself. Stay fabulous.